Hey YouTube, Jason here with DayTradingFearless, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, and also make sure you turn on the bell notifications. I'm doing live streams of live in the market trading and trade analysis during the market hours, so a couple times a week. So. This video is how to analyze a chart, okay, for potential trades, right? And so we're going to kind of dive deep into technical analysis and things like that. And as you can see, right, we have a daily chart. And then we also have a 15-minute chart of 20-day that we're looking at Apple. And I kind of just drew, look at the divergence that we have from this high to this high, from this high, right, to this lower high. This is what divergence looks like, okay? Whenever you see a divergence this big, okay, usually you could trust the divergence and that's probably a short-term top, okay? That's going on right there. With that being said, and when we look daily, we're now starting to see a potential reversal candle forming, okay, near the highs. And if you look, even here, we have somewhat of a divergence, right? It's very slight, but you could see from this high that we made back here to this high, okay, is a potential divergence going on. So with that being said, could this move lead to lower prices in Apple? Okay, well, hey, we never know, right? But we need to start somewhere. And let's start with the 15-minute chart, okay? 15-minute is we make a high, pull back, and then we make a higher high, and we make a lower high. Well, once you saw this divergence, and I call it probably up around this 292 level, I was doing a live stream, is I was analyzing Apple. I saw the divergence, and it stuck out to me like a sore thumb. I'm like, hey, look, you could probably get long at these levels looking for a nice pullback, okay, of a couple dollars at least, with very little risk, meaning your risk would have just been above today's high, right? Now, this trade might take a couple days for it to play out. So how would you trade this? Well, you could trade it by shorting the stock, or you could trade it by options, right? Maybe doing at the money with a week out, couple weeks, a month, however you want. Okay, that's something you need to kind of figure out. Okay, what time frame, when do you think the fall is going to happen? But when we come over here and we start to analyze, I could see there are multiple gaps, right? There's a gap here, there's a gap here, right? This price goes up, there's a gap here, right? These are closing prices. There's a gap here, okay? And there was a gap here, and that we're coming down to fill that gap, right? There's a gap here. There are multiple gaps, and so this move is being built on poor structure. Also, the other thing, and let's click this chart, is you could tell we're now going parabolic, okay? Normally, when you see stocks going higher, you want to see an angle something like this, right? Kind of going here. Okay, that's fine. Then a pullback, and then kind of go up a little more. But here, we're now seeing the stock go this way. It's such a steep incline. This is becoming a parabolic angle that's usually unsustainable, okay? The other thing is I see the divergence from this high to here, from here to here on the daily, right? I also see divergence over on the 15. But one of the other telltales, and it's this indicator down here, and what this is I'm going to give credit to Tasty Trade for this indicator, is it's the IV rank, right? Are the options cheap or expensive? Well, normally when the stock's moving higher, the IV rank goes lower, right? So as we've been going here, it's been going lower. Well, unless there's a news event, earnings, something like that. But something interesting, ever since we've been going parabolic, okay, look at the IV rank. Just a couple days ago, we were at 8-9% IV rank, meaning over the last year, the options are almost cheapest that they've been throughout the last year. But just over the last couple of days, as we've been going higher, IV rank's been going higher. There's premium getting pumped up into those options. We're currently at 30%. Okay, so over the last year, we're at the 30% percentile of the expensive, how expensive these options are. Okay, usually anything above 50%, you want to look to be selling options, but anything below, you want to be buying options, right? But one of the interesting things about this is as we're going higher, we're seeing this. So with the divergence, with options getting more expensive, the option market is trying to tell us there's something going on under the hood, right? Just like our divergence is telling us, look, there's something going on under the hood. When you saw this divergence, you could have gotten short here and you'd already be up about $2 with only about $2 worth of risk on the trade, right? This feels like it wants lower prices, and also with all the gaps that we're having from this latest run up, right? We have a gap here, gap here, gap here that I showed earlier, gap here. Maybe that's poor structure. So we have multiple things showing us that this is probably more than likely ripe for a potential short. Now, this is not trade recommendations. Don't know when you'll be watching this video. But just so you understand, this is more on training of how to analyze stocks. So what I'll do is in the links below, I will actually, if you use Thinkorswim, I will add this layout. Okay, I will share this entire grid with you guys. Okay. And what I'll do is I will actually come over here, not save, but let's share the grid, right? And I will leave this in the comments below so you guys can download this and also get this implied volatility, the IV rank with your charts. Just a disclaimer, it only works on the daily. So if you change it to like hourly chart, a 30-minute, it'll disappear. It has to be a daily chart to be able to see this because it goes the past 52 weeks. So I hope this video helps you in your own personal trading and how to do, how to analyze stocks, all that. And as always, thank you. And remember, I have these live streams that I'm starting up at the beginning of 2020. So I'm going to do them a couple times during the week where I'll be analyzing and teaching stocks and doing all that. So nothing to pitch. I'm not trying to sell you anything. There's no chat room. It's all going to be free. So just make sure you turn on the bell notification and subscribe to the channel to be alerted. I do go live in the mornings for the market. So as always, thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.